Welcome to Bridge Maps with Steve. This is a series where I share how I use maps to organize and structure what I'm learning about bridge. Today's topic is making a plan, a core skill in declare play that shapes everything that follows. Hands can be lost before the first trick is played, not because of bad cards or bad bidding, but because no plan was made. So, the bidding is over, the opening lead is made, and the dummy comes down. Now what? Before you play your first card, the critical next step is to make a plan. It's easy to say make a plan, but harder to do in the moment. The good news is you get better with time, but you must do it on every hand. The definition of making a plan means deciding what to do and when it needs to happen to make your contract. It's your mental roadmap for playing the hand from the first trick to the last. Without a plan, the declare becomes reactive. You may cash winners too soon, waste entries, leave losers stranded, pull trump too early, lose control of the timing, or miss a finesse. A good, solid plan helps you see the best path forward before you begin to play. It helps you avoid surprises, keep you on track, avoid mistakes, and reach the best result. The fundamentals of making a plan: first, it's the declarer who makes the plan. When you start, first by paying attention to the auction, then the opening lead, but really the key moment is when the dummy drops. Where does it fit? It's a key part or a core part of declare play strategy. It's the center of the play of the hand strategy. Why else does it matter? It helps keep you so that you can play in pace. Mind you, time is limited, so if you make a plan, you have a better chance of playing at pace. It also helps you to gain confidence, it helps you to anticipate, and it helps you to succeed. There's two basic versions of planning in declare play, either in a suit contract or no trump. In a suit contract, the basic idea is to count losers. Then you compare that to what the contract allows, then you find ways to eliminate those losers. The main tools in a suit contract are roughing losers in the dummy, discarding losers on winners, and finessing. In no trump, the basic idea is different. First, you begin by counting sure winners. Then you compare that to what the contract requires, and then you find ways to create winners. The main tools in no trump are length, establishing a long suit, promotion, which is forcing out an opponent's high card honors, and then finessing. There's also some universal concept or principles that apply to both suits and no trump. First, timing matters. In trump, the main timing issue is when to pull trump. In no trump, you're watching for the danger hand, the hand you least want to gain the lead. Entries matter. Be sure you can get to your winners. Also, keep counting the cards of play. Also, keep thinking and adjust to whatever new information comes out. The key point is to make a plan. Without one, you're just reacting, rarely a good strategy. Here's my map for making a plan, which is first in suits and then in no trump. In suits, count your losers, compare to the contract, evaluate your suits, assess the opening lead, assess ways to eliminate losers, looking to the dummy, and then think, and then decide, then make your plan. So let me walk through this. First, count your losers. In the master hand, usually the declare, but it's the hand that has the longer trump suit. And then you use the dummy's cards to cover losers in your master hand. Next, you compare your losers to what the contract allows. So, how many losers are you allowed? How many do you have? How many extra tricks are then needed? And your difference is the work to do. You begin by evaluating suits. First, you start with the no trump suit, with the trump suit. How many trumps combined do you have? Your hand as the master hand and then the dummy. Then how many are missing? Then you also have to decide whether to draw trump now or later. And you would wait because you need to the dummy to rough. You also need to be thinking of a possible bad split risk. For example, if you have 8 trumps between you and the dummy, that means there are 5 out. Is that going to be a 3-2 split or a 4-1 split, or even worse, a 5-0? But oftentimes you don't get the split you think you would get. Then you start with the other suits, the longer and stronger suit first, and you look at the other suits. Is there an opportunity? Do I have entries? Are there split impacts for that suit? Like if you have a long suit, side suit that you want to develop. So after you've evaluated the suits, you want to assess the opening lead. What did the opening lead tell me? Is it safe or dangerous? Is there an immediate threat? Immediate being, if I lose control now, can I recover? Oftentimes in a trump contract, you can regain control by trumping. The key point of making a plan is finding ways to eliminate losers. The basic way to eliminate losers in a trump contract is rough losers in the dummy, discard or dump losers on winners, and then finesse. Those also are basically in order of preference. You want to save finessing for the least likely, or least only if you have to. So, making your plan, you need to think of several things. First, are there any immediate threats? Can the opponent rough your winner? Can they over-rough you? Can they cash winners? Also look, which losers can't I fix? Or the losers that you can't do anything about. Which losers must I handle first? A key point is also, do I have enough entries? Also, is there a danger hand? And as I said earlier, what if trumps split poorly? But fundamentally, the one thing you want to do and make your plan is think, what could go wrong? All right, so you've got all the information. Now you need to decide what to do for your plan. Primarily, confirm when to draw trump. Then, are you going to take a finesse or just use force? And then, which hand needs to be on lead later? You need to control your entry so you can get to your winners. And then you also may need to decide to take a safe line or an aggressive line. So, now you have the plan. I will draw trump. These are examples of 3 plans, for example. I will draw trump and establish my club long suit to discard my 2 losers. Next one, I will win the lead, postpone drawing trump, rough a loser, then draw trumps and continue with hearts. Next one, I will win the lead, draw trumps, then take a finesse in clubs to turn a potential loser into a winner. Those are just 3 samples of the plan, but the plan needs to be very specific and include taking care of all you need to make the contract. Next, we'll go to no trump. So in no trump, making a plan, similar structure, but you're counting winners. Then you're comparing that to the contract, evaluating suits, and the same structure I use for the suit contracts. But there are some differences. Fundamentally, you're counting winners, and you're counting sure winners only in both hands. Then you compare your winners to how many are needed. How many do I have? How many are missing? And then the difference is your work to do. Again, as in suits, you're evaluating all your suits. Where are my tricks coming from? Which suits could I develop? What if that suit or those suits split poorly? And really key in no trump is, do I have entries? Also, you're going to assess the opening lead, slightly different. What does the lead tell me? Where are the opponents strong? Can I safely develop my tricks? But if I lose control now, am I in trouble? That's key. You need to maintain control or be able to get control back. So lose your losers quick to set up winners later. So Ways to develop winners. Fundamentally, length. Again, these are in priority order also. Length, promotion, and finesse. So you need to think and manage risk. What are my quick losers? Can I afford them, and which suit is dangerous? Do I have stoppers? That's key in no trump. You need to be able to stop the opponent from running a suit. And then, do you have enough entries? And lastly, what could go wrong? So now you've thought about it, and you finally need to decide. Fundamentally, what is your timing going to be? Do I do my work first or cash first? And then confirm which suit you need to develop. Also consider, am I going to finesse or force? And then which hand needs to be on lead later? And take a safe line or an aggressive line. So you've decided, and now you're going to have the plan. These are some 4 sample statements for a plan in no trump. First, I will win the lead, lose a high spade to promote winners, regain the lead with the hearts, the ace of hearts for example, then cash my winners. Second one, I will win the lead, take a finesse and diamonds, keep control with my aces that are left or my other high cards and other suits, then cash my winners. Or number 3, I will duck 2 times. In other words, let the opponent win 2 times, then win with my ace of clubs or another suit, and then cash my winners. And lastly, I have a sample here. I will develop my length suit in hearts first while I still have entries, then cash my winners. So, similar to in suits, the plan is comprehensive from beginning to end. So, while the map is a lot of condensed information, just think of it as a tool, something you can come back to and use as a reference guide or template. I'm providing a copy of the map in the description that you can view or download if you like. Here are 2 examples of making a plan. First in suits, and then I'll do in no trump. So this is my hand in suits. First thing I want to do is count. I'm the declarer in the East, and I want to count the number of losers. First in spades, I have the trump suit because we're in a 4-spade contract. I have no losers in spades. I have 1, possibly 2 losers in hearts, depends on how my opponent plays the hand and where the ace is. I have no losers in clubs because I'm void in the declarer's hand. And I have 1 diamond loser, I'm missing the ace. So then I compare. I compare how many losers I have to how many the contract allows. With 3 possible losers, I can also afford to lose 3 because I'm in a 4-spade contract. I still evaluate. I have 9 trumps, and so that means 4 are out, and it's likely to break 3-1. But the break doesn't really matter because I have all the high cards in the spades in the trump suit. I don't need the dummy for roughs. There's no reason to delay drawing trump, and at most I could lose 2 hearts, likely just 1, but I can't do anything about losing the hearts. The clubs aren't solid, no concern there because I don't have any losers, and I also have the ace in the dummy, which will help provide control. The diamonds are the key suit here. The diamonds could provide a rough, but I won't likely need to do that. I can win naturally with length once the ace comes out of the opponent. So then I assess the opening lead. The south hand led the 10 of diamonds. I'll lose that trick to the opponent's ace in the north. And then if they lead that again, without knowing the laydown of all the cards, because I'm seeing it here for the example, but if they led a diamond again, I would likely win that with my high card. If they switch to a heart, I'd also lose that to their ace. But then I should be able to get back in. There's no immediate threat, and I can recover. So, next we move to eliminating losers. So, I don't need the ruff, I don't need a discard or dump, and I don't need to finesse. This is unusual in a trump hand, and I ask myself, is this too easy? Don't get careless. I still want to make a plan, even though I'm solid with only 3 losers in a 4-spade contract. I still want to make a plan. So I think there is no immediate threat. I can't fix the 2 losers, which are to aces, or the second heart loser if it exists. My entries aren't a problem. The main danger is a diamond over ruff, but I can avoid that by focusing. By focusing, I mean I can make sure I don't delay drawing trump. And the trump split is not a risk or a concern. So I ask myself, what could go wrong? Don't get over ruffed with diamonds when cashing my winners. And also to stay in control. Don't let them establish a long suit in hearts. So I decide, draw all the trumps as soon as I get in, and the trump split doesn't matter. I want to take a safe line. There's no need to be aggressive. And I want the diamonds to be on lead later to cash winners. So I can get there by ruffing in a club to get back to the declarer's hand. So I'll win the first diamond, ideally with the queen and the high card on the short side in the dummy. So my plan, I'll lose the first diamond trick, then possibly a heart, get in with the remaining high cards or possibly a ruff, and then pull trump, then cash my club and remaining winners. That's my plan in suits. Next, I'll move to no trump. So in no trump, in this hand, I'm the declarer in the south, and we're in a 3 no trump contract. So where it's different in no trump, I want to count winners, and specifically quick winners. So I look at the hand. I have one quick winner, in spades. I have the ace in the dummy. In hearts, I have 3 quick winners, all in the declarer, the ace, king, queen. In clubs, I have 1 quick winner, the ace in the declarer. And in diamonds, I don't have any quick winners. So I compare that to the contract. I have a total of 5 quick winners. In a 3 no trump contract, I need 9. So that means I need to create 4 more winners. Where am I going to do that? So I evaluate. There's really no opportunity in spades to create an extra winner. My hearts, same thing, no opportunities. They're solid, but there's no extra winners. Then I look at my clubs. Once the opponent's king comes out, I can make some extra tricks with my clubs because I have the ace, the jack, and the queen. And then I look at diamonds. This is the suit to focus on. I have 5 in the dummy, and I have 3 in the declarer, so I have a total of 8. So that means length can be my friend, and I can develop that suit. And fortunately, I have the king, queen, and jack. So I assess the opening lead. The 4-heart lead is not a threat because I can immediately get control by winning it in the declarer with my high card. My opponent's strength is likely the east hand in spades because they led the hearts. So the opening lead of the opponent in the west, they're strong in hearts, but I'm solid in hearts, so that's not a threat. So that means where my threat is the spade, and that would be in the east hand. Next, I look to develop winners. Can I use length? Yes, with the diamonds. I can get 2 extra winners, likely 3, depending upon the split. Promotion, it's also with the diamonds, since I'm holding the king, queen, and jack. I can also promote to get the clubs to my advantage for an extra winner. The finesse, while possible, by finessing the 4 in the dummy to the jack, is possible, but I don't need to do that, so I won't bother with it. I have 4 extra winners, which will make the contract. So then I think, My quick loser is a diamond. I have stoppers in 3 suits, and I ask myself, what could go wrong? The biggest threat is a 4-1 split in diamonds, which would I would get one less extra winner. I could misplay the clubs, and they could also gain control and run spades, and I might lose an entry to my diamond winners, but I can manage that. Definitely avoid the finesse, it's not needed. So I decide, do my work in diamonds first. I would probably duck the first spade if they attack that suit. Then I'm going to take a safe line, and there's no need to be aggressive. So my plan, I will win the heart lead, then I'll develop my diamonds by leading low to force out the ace. If they duck, I'll keep leading low until the ace does come out, and then once established, I'll cash the diamonds, then cash my remaining winners, and saving the club for last for a total of 9 tricks. That's my plan. So, well, that's my plan. The point of this really isn't the plan that I made. The point is the process. So focus and develop processes or a way you can develop your hand and make a plan. Always still make a plan. Some key points. Planning is one of the few things you can control. You can't control the cards, but you can control your plan. What you do before the first trick often matters the most. Use that time wisely and to your advantage. You don't have to remember everything, just follow a clear, repeatable structure. Count, compare, decide, then play. Above all, make a plan. You're never too good to stop making a plan. You just get better and faster at it. Bridge rewards planning. Think first, plan, then play. Thanks for joining me. I hope this was helpful. See you next time.